That's right. A very good evening to each and every one of you, wherever you're joining us from tonight, whatever's cooking up in your kitchen for dinner. Welcome in the ring, folks. We're happy to have you guys here with us yet another evening. It is Tuesday, the 22nd day of August. I had to check there for a second. We trust that you guys are good and well wherever you're joining us from, whether you're in the diaspora, you're up north, you're down south. Ringing that bell one time for you, folks. Ring it again for you guys. Share the live. Smash that emoji button, folks, and we want you all to partner with us. We have a project we want you all to jump on board with and help us to get to the finish line. Some of y'all surprised us today, but we still got some ways left to go. Good to see each and every one of you. Beatrice, get out the checkbook coming around by you. Rami Leander, Mark Joris is here as well. Linda Baker's here. Ariel Hector is here. Leon Blair is here. Gil Ali Cock is here as well. The cook is here. The chef is here. All those of you around the world to bring some dinner for Bay, for your loved one, for your spouse. Make sure you turn off the fire. Make sure you're smoking out the kitchen, folks. I'm certain it smells well. Thanks for joining us this evening. Pace and power, boots on the ground, rain backing down. Wherever you wonderful folks are joining us from, we are happy that you guys are here. Share the live. We got a lot to share with you folks. Good to have each and every one of you, as we say, with us. It's a privilege. Nothing short of a privilege being here with you wonderful folks. Well, it's been a full day. Y'all saw that? Lots happened today. It was a full day at our end. Was it the same for you guys? Share the live, smash that emoji, but we're holding for some more of you. Come on. Good to have you folks here with us. Some of y'all looking good, man. Some of y'all looking real good. Saw some of you during the course of the week. Y'all looking real good. Share that live, good folks. Smash that emoji button, folks, and we're going to ask you guys, hold on. Don't partner yet. Don't start yet. Don't start yet, folks. Don't start yet. We're happy to have you all here. We got to give you the cue and give you the directions, what you ought to do. Then you may do so. But thanks for joining us from the various places you all are joining us from tonight. Around the world, folks. Welcome in the ring. Good to have you guys on the live. You all know we said. On the live. Share the live. Smash that emoji button. The PPP wicked stinking dirty. We got to get 4 eyes on them. And 4 might not be enough, Charles Nelson. Folks, wherever you're joining us from tonight, it's a privilege having you, Charles, and Jamal Aziz, and Deborah Sharona Lynch. Deb's I see for a little bit. I hope you're well. Good to have you there, folks. We trust that you're good. Erwin Don Cook. Good to have you folks here with us. With we. We hope you're all good, guys. Aspert Short is here, and Wendy Stephen is here as well. All the other folks, Yvonne Williams is here too. Good night, Yvonne. Good to have you. Gail Ali Cook. Respect and manners, Gail. And all the other folks like Cheryl Ann Haywood joining us. You know, we've just gone through to some of the other pages. Pace and Power, if you're now joining us, welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. We got some news, we got some information, infotainment, you name it. Who there with tonight? Good to have you folks here with us. We trust that you well. Share the live, smash that emoji button. See, Beryl is here. Beryl, I've seen a little bit. Good to see you, Beryl Crawford, Mona Moses, Penelope Hudson, Veronica Primorales. Veronica, thanks for the thing. Thanks for the thing, Veronica. Thanks for the thing. Who vex? Ring that bell a couple times for those of you who've already partnered with us on this project that we have, folks. Thank you guys so much. You know, we only have to jump in this morning, and some of you jump on the boat. We like proactive people like that. Some people got to prod and push and prod and push, prod and push and prod and like some old stove. Those are the things that told us very young to stay away from. No offense to the CFO. Brother man, old Carol stove. They say stay away from those things. Please and thank you. Some of y'all, you got to prod and push. We got to stay away from some of y'all. Ramesh Puran is here and Penelope Hudson. Folks, you don't have to agree with us. That's what we said from day one. You don't have to agree with us to be in the ring. No. We like when you disagree. So when we beat you up, it's a proper beating. It's a proper beat down. When we destroy your ideas, destroy ignorance. Better day for us. Good to have you folks on the live. We learn from each other around these parts. But you know everything. Joe Skinner, let them know. Me, you know everything. Vanilla Garnett, good to see you. Michelle McKay, Carol Hudson, Joy Hopkinson. Good to see so many of you on the live tonight. Like something good's going to happen tonight. Folks, I know we have a live audience. We have the largest audience live, not only in Guyana, but I dare say in the Caribbean. If you find another show in the Caribbean, you see, who have a larger audience than us, that's what I meant to say initially, who have a larger live audience than us, I can apologize to you, right? I can apologize to you, and I can shave my whole head bald. Bald. If you find a larger audience than ours. But what's the sense? Right? You're having so many friends and you're punishing, right? We want to build program or programs that last. You know, a woman gave us a contribution today, lovely woman. And the comment she made, she said, I hope you go on to build a studio not only in Guyana, but overseas as well. I like that kind of thinking. Even in the US of A, so if you build a studio over there, I want you to go out and do that. Oh, I like the kind of dream, that big, audacious dream. You see, if you think you can accomplish it, it's not so much of a dream. Big and bold, beyond you, larger than you. I like that. In Guyana and overseas as well. She said, that's my hope. Thank you for the good work you're doing. Folks, that is more than the gazillions of dollars anybody could send us. That kind of encouragement is fuel for 50 years. You know, what's a good fuel? That's fuel for 50 years. When she said, go for it. You know, thanks for what you're doing. I send you a little small piece. Right? I sell my TV and send you a little small piece. I said, yeah, right on, right on. I want to ring the bell one time for her. Because that encouragement meant so much to me. I said to her, I receive it in my spirit. I receive it. I receive it. That's the kind of encouragement we like. Folks, we're trying to expand some of what we're doing around these parts. We ain't got time for waste. We ain't got time for waste. Right? I can tell they're going to screenshot some of this and they're going to share it around the place and say, look, you're begging again. Well, don't only post it around. Get something. If you think we're punishing and we're begging, help me out. God damn it. Do that for us. So, folks, we want to cover more. You know, there's sometimes we go on the scene of some event happening. Them jagabats at work again. Hillfoot, View, Jetty, Prika, Sideline Dam. And you want to get a scale of what is happening. We realize, we've been relying on folks. Sometimes you got to pay somebody to borrow their drone. Sometimes you touch base with some people who are doing the work commercially. You know, if we keep doing that 10, 15 years, we could only be one thing. We could only be one thing. That's what we want to do. And I believe because of how persons started contributing to this initiative this morning, I believe in 2 days' time, I want to challenge y'all. In 2 days' time, we can raise this money. You don't bother with how much other people give in. You know, if you feel encouraged, and we tell you how much to give either. We want a good professional drone, right? We let's use a little the graphic artist just pull something down. This is not the one we're after. We want a nice professional drone that we could capture good images, good video, you know, and audio, you know, in some hard to access places sometimes, right? Because this is how we feel. We want to build out the program to bring you more content. If you guys want to be part of our program like this, you folks want to give to our program for this specific purpose, right? I was thinking we can do this in a week. We can do this in 2 weeks, but I think we can do it in less than 2 days based on how I see people done sign up this morning. Folks, don't bother with nobody else. You understand me? When you see the thing, you go, and I can bring it right in the show and say, this is what you helped us to do. And we have to fly and start. Right? I'm right here with the thing watching me every day. I want to go just say, look, ringside is a take the see our chest. Give me the drone. That's what we want to do, good folks. And if you want to be part of this, you know, look how we're expanding. We now have the capacity for people to give to our program. If you got a debit card, you have a credit card, you can now contribute to our program. I'm about to put the link. I'm going to pin it both on our YouTube channel. Give us a second. We're going to get into the news and information. I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can. I don't want to linger here long. We're going to pin the link for the persons who want to donate. If you have a credit or debit card, I'm going to pin that link in the comment section, folks, on both our Facebook page, our main Facebook page. You might see it flying past on the other pages. And I'm also going to attempt to pin it on our YouTube channel as well. We ain't playing around. We are very, very serious about what we do. Sometimes it come across as lighthearted and jovial and even funny. That is a byproduct of bringing you valid and credible information. Folks, that being said, we've just shared the link there. You see it flying by, grab onto it, right? If you have a credit or a debit card, those of you who already know how to send via Zelle and send via Cash App and all of that, you can do so as well via those channels, MMG and all of that. If you're not okay with any of that, you can WhatsApp us to the very number on the screen, folks. Our usual number, one number we use all the time, 627-6963. All right, I better not go in that direction as yet. So it is available there, folks. It is tethered to our YouTube, our Facebook page, our main page. And then also we're going to attempt to pin it also to the comment section on our YouTube channel as well. And this particular link, folks, is for those of you who might have a debit or a credit card and you want to contribute. I believe tonight we could raise this money. I believe tonight, right, we're about a third of the way there. We're about a third of the way there. We got some ways left to go. I believe we can do this tonight. We pinned the link on our YouTube channel page in the comment section. We pinned it also on our main Facebook page. If you missed it any place, just message us to the number on the screen, folks, and we're going to have it for you. Right? We are going to have, WhatsApp us, and we're going to send you it. We can send you the link or the link to anyone or more information on Zelle or PayPal, more information on MMG. If you've never given to us by any of our platforms, WhatsApp us to that number on the screen there, folks, and we can send you a link so you can contribute to our drone project. Do that for us, folks. That being said, we're going to circle back to that graphic a little later on. We might even put it up on our Facebook page as well so you guys can contribute to our program. Thank you guys so much. You don't feel like doing that. You're not so inspired. Fair. I know. That's good too. Right? That's good too. No love lost. But for those of you who can, please help us in that way. Right? Those of you who can, please help us in that way. And as I saw, Chisel Chipper made a contribution to our YouTube channel, why I would not advise to contribute via this route, because some of it goes to YouTube, right? For this particular project, for this particular drone project, we want the maximum amount. Usually when people contribute to our channel via YouTube, the $sign in the comment section, some of that goes to YouTube. And while we use the platform and we're grateful for YouTube hosting us like this, we want maximum effect for this particular project. So find a link, ask us to send you a link, and we can do that, and we move forward. Folks, and if I care tonight, and if I care for tonight, right? Chisel Chipper, Chisel, thanks for the thing. Thank you so much, my brother. Every cent counts. We're not going to tell you all how much to give. We're not doing that. We're not going to tell you all how much to give. You feel motivated. You feel encouraged. Right? And don't say, oh, other people giving, so they're giving for me. Don't do that. Don't miss your blessing. Don't miss your blessing, folks. I want to move on. Chisel Chipper, thanks for the thing. Ask us to send you the link. Follow the link we have sent and help us out, folks. And let's accomplish this. I think we can do it in a shorter time than a week. If it takes a week, if it takes 2 weeks, fair enough. But based on how I see some of y'all shoot up this morning, I am inspired that we could do it in far less time. That being said, folks, we can talk about how the PPP wicked, stink, and dirty. You're going to want to stay to the end of the program. Just when you think this installed regime can't sink further, they go and do just that and prove the eye right. Prove some of you wrong. Just when you think they can't sink any further, you go want to stay to the end of the program. MPG to Chandler Edmonds is back in the headlines She got some advice, some instructions for the same install regime. And this is on the front of New Kirk, Melinda New Kirk, who died so tragically. The authority says death by hanging. Well, you have to believe now. Peter Shandon Edmund, she's out with some instructions for the government. We're going to talk about that. Right? Luncheon injured. We're going to talk about that as well, folks. And Roysdale Ford, I keep telling people all the time, I have the privilege to see Roysdale Ford operate sometimes. This is Senior Counsel Roysdale Ford, Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs, Shadow Minister of Legal Affairs, and Shadow for the Attorney General, Shadow for the AG as well. I have the privilege of seeing lots of the behind the scenes of how this man operates. He has a heart of gold. He has a heart for people, right? And I think perhaps like me, he believes that he can amplify what he does. He can amplify how he feels about helping people, moving people, motivating people by being involved in politics. He could easily be a pastor. He could easily be a priest. He easily be a doctor because he has such a passion for helping people. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about how we saw him helping some folks quite recently. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that as well. Share the live with folks. Smash that emoji button. Let me go down the road, man. Let me go down the road. Let's show you some what we're covering. Trump. Some of the Trump boys turned themselves over today. They had a deadline 12 noon down in Georgia. 2 of them turned themselves in. I don't know what happened later on in the afternoon, but we know at least 2 of them. John Eastman was one, and Scott Hall was another one. My grandmother's married title is Hall. All right? So watching that. Scott Hall and John Eastman turned themselves in, and they're telling us that Trump is expected to surrender on Thursday to 13 degrees, so 13 charges rather, against him, right, at this Fulton County District Court. We can watch that, folks, Thursday. But today, John Eastman and again Scott Hall, they turned themselves in, and they were among the 19 co-defendants named in the Georgia indictment, trying to overturn an election racketeering conspiracy. They turned themselves over to the authorities. We're watching to see what happens now, because some of them believe like they're too big for the law, right? But you all know Uncle Sam, how Uncle Sam's story goes. Nobody's too big for the law. Some of them boys from we ain't getting too big for the boots. One day they can just drop down there at JFK and rendition orange suit. One time to Rikers Island. Yep. And imagine you have Pompeo strong-arming us. And he was part and parcel of this whole conspiracy here. See, Mike Pompeo, former Secretary of the US of A, Secretary of State. We don't forget Pompeo. I don't know if you all forget him, but I have not forget Pompeo. And maybe his day coming too, with his orange suit. In Washington, they told us 3 persons died after coming into contact, after eating contaminated milkshake. Right? Contaminated milkshake, they tell us. Health officials say 3 persons have died. 3 others are in hospital after drinking this milkshake contaminated with listeria bacteria in the U.S. state of Washington. Gotta be so careful these days. So careful. You're going for a little life's time, and you know it's the final time. Thoughts and prayers are with them. Investigators found the bacteria in the ice cream machines at a place called Frugal's. So if you're in Washington, D.C., watch out for Frugal's. Watch out for Frugal's. It's a popular bar and milkshake restaurant in Tacoma. You're going to want to watch that. 3 persons, right? This bacteria, let me get the name of it right. Listeria bacteria. 3 that died after consuming contaminated milkshake that has this bacteria in it. Our thoughts and prayer, of course, go to the family and friends of these persons. Yeah. Yep. End times. Some of you all see that. End times. France had to warn several of its cities, about this heat wave. Oh, Lord. Since these boys come in, hot. France had to warn 3 of its cities, right? They issued a red alert for 4, southern regions amid a spell, they say, of excessively hot weather, right? And temperatures expected to peak at 41 degrees Celsius or 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Yep. This is a foreshadowing of hell. You better live on the right side, right? You better stay on the straight and narrow. Better stay on the straight and narrow with these boys. Let me stay on the straight and narrow. 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Right? In an area called the Roth Valley in particular. 4 southern regions, they say excessively hot weather. Folks, in the south here, but I know France hotter than here. I don't know if France hotter than here. And right now, Turks and Caicos, and the southern states in the US, I don't know. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. How are things in the 592? Besides the blackout, how are things in the 592, good folks? Besides the big blackout we had recently, Vanessa, us Americans, we got them problems, you know. We ain't got them problems. I want you all know that. Thoughts go to the people there in France. You know, let's stay on the safe side. Coming into the region, folks. Coming into the region. Trinidad. The folks there at the Caribbean Airlines Incorporated, Caribbean Airlines say that the service has returned to normalcy as scheduled. Remember the court, the industrial court in Trinidad issued an injunction against the striking pilots just yesterday. Well, Carl giving an update. They said things have come back to a sense of normalcy. I'm happy to hear about that. I'm happy. All right. I'm happy because I know some friends coming this side. Right. I know some folks coming this side and we got to link up. Right. But I don't know. I think I would have had an excuse going back because I traveling back on Carl. Traveling back on Carl. You see? So I was looking for an excuse to catch the exit door. The father don't come though. The father don't come. Telling you. Carl says the service have gone back to normal. Damn you, Carl! Damn you! Service gone back to normal. No, lots of you breathe a sigh of relief. You all have been stranded. You know, if I get stranded, I in problems. That's where people problems. Being stranded. Right? How much are you if you get stranded in problems? Asquith, Tommy Gibbs, Rakesh, Pinky Kerr. How many of you get stranded in problems? Ingrid, Beatrice Selby, Carol Niles, Brenda Oliver. How many of you? That's rich people problems, you know. Rich people, you ever hear of sickness? And said, you know, the way back to good health is so expensive. Rich people sickness. Them kind of sickness skip poor people. Rich people, that's rich people problem. Stranded, you gotta stay a week at a hotel, tuck in someplace. Don't do it, Carl. Don't do it. So we're watching that, folks. They say things are coming back to normal, and there's a particular phrase that they use in the right. Let me follow what the people telling me. There's a particular phrase they said that the company is. Let me catch it quickly. Operations are returning to regular, working in parallel with recovery flights. That's the phrase I was looking for. Right? So they are meeting their schedules now that are slated for now. That's how we interpret it. And those that have been stranded and had to cancel, those are the recovery flights to bring those people out from where they are. Folks, as I enter into what's happening into the region, I neglected to tell you that France news with the heat wave. You know, I said there about end times. Look at some of the other stuff we saw when we were curating that information. 8 people rescued from cable car dangling over a ravine in Pakistan. 18 bodies found in wildfire zone in northern Greece. Those are some of the headlines that we saw internationally while they're talking about this heat wave in France. I kid you not. I kid you not. Taken separately, they might mean much. Taken separately, they might not mean much. But when taken together, end of days. Folks, let us stay on the straight and narrow. I'm begging you all. Stay on the straight and let's stay on the narrow. Right? William Bunbury, Rosetta Barton, straight and narrow for us. And I'm happy for those of you who travel in Cal service coming back to normal. Folks, we have 3,500 people joining us internationally, right? 3,500 people. 3,500 people joining us internationally. We want to thank you because night after night, y'all don't care, rain or shine, heat wave or no heat wave, Caribbean Airlines pilot strike or no strike, you people show up in the hundreds to watch our broadcast. And we are so humbled by that. We're so humbled by that, folks. Share the live, smash that emoji button, folks. Partner with us as well, folks. We got the links. You need help to be part of our drone project. Send me something quick on WhatsApp. We can send you guys that link. What happened to this 19-year-old? Melinda Newen-Kirk lost her life in a 2-story apartment building at Lusignan. Police said she died of compression to the neck, which is in keeping with death by hanging. That's what the police said. We know about phone being wiped, baby on the way, abortion, man having wife at home. You see, trying to break off the relationship. We realize that she's the one, who wanted to go her own way. He gives you some options. You know the whole thing. You know the whole thing. Friends with benefits, sex, and a pay right away. How you can have a view like that of a woman, right? You must search Facebook. There's a poem, a spoken word poem by a young American woman titled That Girl. I heard it years ago. I heard a poem in my head when I saw this death of this young woman. I read some of those, screenshot of text messages sent to her, right? Friends with benefits, sex, and I pay right away when I finish. I remember that poem. You must search it on YouTube. That Girl is a spoken word poem. And part of the poem, the young woman said, I'm going to be a whore. Just like that. About this man she loved. With all her heart, soul, and sinew, she backbone, and she make too. She loved him. Right? But he didn't want to be seen public with her. He didn't reciprocate that kind of love. Oh my God. I find over someone like my whole diction picking up too. Since I come far enough. She said, I'm going to be a whore. That's one day. I remember that clearly. Friends with benefits. Or sex. And I pay as soon as I finish. Well, today, we saw this headline. Shadow Minister for Home Affairs, Gita Chandran Edmonds, former magistrate. She won an inquest on behalf of the parliamentary opposition. An inquest into this young woman's death. Because people don't believe in the nonsense. I just cut to it. People not believing in nonsense. That's what she called for. Right? The release of the post-mortem examination report and the coroner's inquest into the death of 19-year-old Melinda Newen-Kirk, who committed suicide, as we said. Right? According to this report I'm quoting. Right? Persons have expressed disbelief that the teen died by suicide, while others have called for an investigation to determine whether this was so. A coroner's inquest, and I believe to remove every shadow of doubt. You see, this is the direction in which we should pursue. So I want to say kudos to Gita Chandran Edmonds for pursuing this matter, in this direction. So kudos. I'm going to ring the bell one time for the Shadow Minister of Home Affairs. A coroner's inquest. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let us remove every doubt. Shall we? Right? Let us remove every doubt. Right? You all believe this? You all believe how the Senator woman died? Do let us know. CFO, do let us know. So I want to say thank you. Right? So I see the opposition working. They're doing nothing. But look, folks, we have 3,900 plus people watching us. across social media this evening. Share the live broadcast. Smash up the emoji button. Right? Let me go down the road. Folks, you all aware me. I'm just trying to be lighthearted here. Coroner's inquest, though. Right? And let us remove every shadow of doubt. Beyond the shadow of a doubt. That's how we're going to pursue. Right? That is how we're going to pursue. I think I want to put a poll to see how you folks believe out there. Right? To see how you folks what you guys believe out there. That's what I think I want to do. Put up a poll to see if you all believe this. Marie story. My father had a tree. It used to bear a kind of fruit outside. That's the case of riddle. Yep. And we want clarity. You see? We want clarity. We want finality. And that's what the parents are asking for too. It's what the family asking for as well. Right? We're in a much expansive open space where we are. So folks are passing by every so often and distracting the eye. So when you see a glance, so, I'm going to waste, I ain't playing like that. Nobody stick up on me in these parts. In the south, let's go to waste there. Right? Always got to be on your feet, Always got to be on your feet. Coroner's inquest. Y'all don't tell me this story and sound like cockamamie to y'all. Edward Brooms, Vanessa Brewster. Don't tell me this song a little. Don't tell me this song a little funny to you. Don't tell me that. Right? We're about to hit 4,000 persons watching us across the internet. I don't know why y'all shop, I rather do know. Y'all fast. Host of the fast people. Right? Host of the fast people. But thanks for joining us. And I support this. And I'm sure Jackie going to support it too. And Chiselle going to support it too. Right? Samuel Gilks and Marcy Agar, Lynette Zephyr. Folks, Lynette, that since we had just a little phone, hold up in we hand. Lynette is real old school. I want to thank Lynette for that kind of support. Before they was in the ring. And I used to just have some little 50 minutes live and so on. Right? Looking all beaten down and greasy. Since then, people like Lynette Zephyr supporting us. When we had 15 people. 15 people watching us like NCN. When we had 100 people watching us like April Press Conference. 200 like Jack Leo Presser. Now we got 4,000 people. On average, 3,000 watching us on a nightly basis. Tonight, y'all have been gracious. 4,000 of you have showed up. I want to thank people like Lynette Zephyr. Right? Shauna David Edwards said, me too. Don't knock me out. Y'all know y'all old school. The old school people know themselves. They hear long. Thank you guys so much. Folks, as a country, we should want closure. Who killed Melinda Newenkirk? Or what were the circumstances surrounding how she met her timely demise? You might not have hung her, but you didn't tell her to stop. Or you created the circumstances that pushed her to that end. What are the circumstances surrounding how this young lady met her demise? Huh? I want to know. I fast that. I want to know. And I'm certain, I hope you folks want to know as well. Right? Look at this country. No respect for life. And that is why this thing, they just want to come out the way, and life go back as normal. I just want to come out the way. In Region 3 today, what would a day be if we don't have a fire? Huh? If we don't have somebody pummeling on a woman or a girl somewhere in our country? If we don't have a road fatality? We saw and heard of an elderly man today who was crushed to death. Ugarsin Samaru of Stewartville on the West Coast lived there, and there is where this horrible, horrendous death occurred. They tell us. Now the girl say, is it, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Or, yeah. Ogarsin Samaru was going into a car. That's what they say. Ogarsin Samaru was going into a car yesterday, right? The driver of a minibus was proceeding along the roadway at the same time. When he observed, I like the police language, when he observed this minibus, right? When he observed, rather, the motor car, Ogarsin Samaru entering in the car, minibus is coming. Observe the motor car in a stationary position on the northern footpath. The bus driver further claimed, according to the report, that the driver's door was open, the driver's side door of the motor car that Ogarsin Samaru is entering. The victim was attempting to enter the car when he lost his balance and fell on the roadway. At this point, the bus left side front wheel ran over the man. Could you imagine that? He observed all of this. But brothers and sisters, he didn't observe to stop. Right? You see a car door open, you're going to proceed with caution. Well, car door means speed up. Open car door means speed up. Open car door means speed up. And so this is how Ogarsin Samaru lost his life. As easy as that, you know. Entering a car, you lose your balance and you fall. Bus gone with you. Bus gone with you. So when you observe car door open, people exiting and entering, you don't slow down and proceed with caution. Folks, this thing is a pandemic, epidemic, all the levels. The carnage on our roads and our waterways, our inhumanity to each other, violence against women and girls, the scourges of our society. Then you got the PPP. Number one, we got to bring this thing under control. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. Just lost his balance, you know, and for alongside, and it's gone. The guy with Mr. Samaru lost his balance, slipped out of the vehicle. The vehicle moving, you know. Mr. Samaru trying to come out of a moving vehicle. Right? I think they put his age at 67, if not 57. Trying hard to find it here. Going kitty cutter. Kitty cutter. Slip. Bus gone with him. Jesus have mercy. We got to stop this foolishness, this madness now. Here I'm telling y'all, madness. That being said, folks, I told y'all, we got a kind, generous, bright senior counsel. You got to be bright to go in the court and win all them cases against Alan and Lal. You got to be bright. You see, going that court and winning all of those cases. But he's very kind. Very, very kind-hearted. And that's what we saw recently. And we don't often get a chance to show you guys that side of a lot of people that we know. But as we saw it, we didn't want to miss the moment. So we said, them boys, put on the fight card. Right? Put on the fight card. This was a visit, right? that was made, and the senior counsel was contributing to the building of a home by one Miss Yvonne Coates. After seeing, Roselle said he saw live with Simona. And when she spoke about this issue, he was so moved and motivated. He decided he could do something. Because remember, men on a mission is miss couple people. There's only build a house when you from past and say, hey, we can build the one there. There's no office. There's no application process. It's women fancy, hear 'em, scare 'em, hairy fairy. Roysdale saw. That's what he said. Simona Broom spoke about this matter. And he said he felt compelled. Folks, you'll be shocked to see how people live in our country. Biggest GDP, right? And all of that. High income, fastest growing economy, and all that. You will be shocked. I remember there was a flood in Providence, Peters Hall. And the folks asked our team to come because they were so vexed that the government wasn't coming. They said, Mr. Long, will you come? And every grievances, Fabi. Yeah. Folks, I went in Providence, Peters Hall. You see? And I was allowed to go in some houses. I wouldn't go in ordinarily. I wouldn't get invited to ordinarily. And my experience is, you see, when there's a crisis, people don't care if it's APNU, if it's AFC, if it's nobody, right? People just is just screaming, help, help. Right? And a man drowned in, and you plunge overboard and come in for rescue. He don't ask, say, hold up. Use PPP? Use APNU? I know some of them PPP people would ask them, use APNU? Left me. Let me like go down. I know you got your PPP people. Touch! PPP people like, they were dead. Then text some help from an APNU AFC brother. You use APNU AFC? Left me, I go with somebody. I know some of them like that. You see? But generally, when people in need of help, they don't ask you where you come from. They call me, say, come. We had enough manpower to bring all the footage. The point I want to make, when I saw how some of our brothers and sisters live in this country, I said, Lord, forgive me. For every time I take my life, I ain't going no place and nothing happening, and, when I get Mexican, I said, Lord, forgive me. When I see how low some people live in, right? Yeah? I know some of you little low, but you ain't so low yet that when you reach up, you're touching bottom. You ain't so low that when you reach up, is the bottom you're touching. I saw some people live. I said, Father, I'm sorry. Right? I repent but 52,000 times. I walking through that village there and people talking. You said out the government, are you crosses? Since y'all coming, nothing happened in this country. Pack of crosses, look how we followed 3 times here. None of y'all never meet. Roysdale was inspired when he saw the plight of this woman. Right? And he said he want to help. Right? It's a brief video. But take a look.
Where's the bedroom? Bed. The flooring, how bad it is, and the passageway where you see. And on it there's water. Yeah.
We have the capacity more than we ever had under any administration to help our people. And we ought to have a very structured plan. If people can't afford because of the job, the life situation, whatever it is, to go to a bank because they just can't do it and borrow some money and build a house or to renovate, you should have some system where, right, people can go, fill up a application and get some help, right? When a mission pull in, get some thing and so on and help them, right? They're going to some camp some way, right? I think they mean well, but it's the intellectual authors. They know the devil to do it. They know one thing what they're doing. Thank you, Roysdale, for that kindness. Thank you for improving the life of at least one person. You would have reached for millions, you know. Right? But if you're so moved, thank you, Roysdale. Thank you so much. Thank you. As he changed, Henry said, we need brooms as Prime Minister. Yeah. Me doubt you. I don't doubt you. Simona is like a little bit like Roysdale. Heart of gold. You understand me? Never mind, go by she did ask for food. And don't catch it till 3 weeks later. Never mind that. Heart of gold. You see? Never mind she's come and abuse me up. I hear from you in a long time. I gave up on Miss Sharon. Folks, I'm telling you, Simona and I are working on something. Stay tuned. That being said, I just remember, Simona and I are working on something. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're working on something. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. Thank you so much, Royce Hill. Folks, don't laugh it. I want to show you the wickedness of the PP. Hold on. Give a minute or two. I want to show you the wickedness, the stinkness, and the dirtiness of the PPP. Hold on. It's the stuff that Hitler was made of. The stuff that Hitler was made of. Today, before I come to that aspect of it, Roger Luncheon was laid to rest. His body was interred. For good, Dr. Roger Luncheon. You came, you made your contribution, you lived a long and fulfilling life. And I guess in the final analysis, that is all that one could ask for. That if you're a PPP, you're going to be a good PPP. You won't push drugs, you know. You won't kill people, holding a loud hailer, admonishing people to vote. You won't embezzle state funds. But you look out for people. You see? You were trying to help one and two. My grandmother oftentimes spoke very glowingly of Mr. Luncheon, Dr. Luncheon. Very glowingly, I've heard. Or, you know, she grew up in a day when politics was a gentleman's game. I got people like Kwame and Dharmlal and so on in politics. So, you know, the thing tinge. I've often heard her speak very nicely of Dr. Luncheon. I don't know if she started losing her memory that early, but she spoke very glowingly of him. Punto final. And I figure, you know, never mind he was PPP. You got one or two good PPP people. I don't know, maybe if he was one of them. It took a lot of courage for him to say, I'm certain. You know, we couldn't find a black ambassador. You know, that's why they were not in the PPP government at one point. Took a lot of courage. But he came. That's the point I want to make. The larger point. He did what he had to do. You see? He impacted lives. And then he exits now, stage left. That is all we can ask of each other. You come, you make a good impact. Right? Somebody else too late for you. And then we leave stage left. He's running for time, you know. And I hope today, as some of them bore the casket of Dr. Roger Luncheon, as I was, I hope they reflected on their own mortality. Because some of them think they're gods, you know. I trust they remember their own mortality You know, I saw in the crowd, I saw y'all by Nigel. He in the crowd, making up numbers. I trust he reflect on his own actions and his mortality. You see? Because like one Missy one pass him, he just escaped. And ever so often the government and his page cussing me out. Right? Slandering me and libeling me. You see? I ain't gonna pursue some of them like, oh, Annette. Walking to the bank now smiling with what, $30 million from Jack Deal. I ain't gonna pursue some of them like that. Because like he passes too much now. He just missed the thing. Just miss it. And he only pays slandering. Right? I trust they contemplated on their own mortality. Spotted today. Spotted today. I'm sorry we don't have the other photograph. Tomorrow morning, perhaps. There's a photograph of former President Donald Ramachar and Irfan Ali saying something to each other. I suspected they were comparing puppet notes. I rather suspected. So Donald crawled out today from wherever he's been hiding. Oh, they don't give Donald no airtime. I don't know if they're pointing to edit the mirror or what have you. But you don't see from he. You don't hear from he. He like the forgotten president. Right? He alive and forgotten. But he was spotted today. But more than that, is who was behind Donald. That caught my attention as well. I know God, your eyes good. I know I get big. Like us, this thing. It's not tigish. I know something else. I ain't got my glasses shut. And the thing right in your eyes, you know. Who behind Donald? On front pass, Donald hop out. He swim out. Who behind Donald? Let me see if you like good. Let me see if you hear pumpkin. Yeah? Who behind Donald? Jacqueline Argyle. Tessa Haywood is who behind Donald for us? Yeah? Is who behind Donald? This is at the going home ceremony for Dr. Roger Luncheon. Right? I see Dorothy, let me see if I get it. Somebody said Dr. Roger Luncheon saved their nephew's life. I rather suspect he did a lot of good in his time. Magnell Barrow said Dr. Luncheon saved my nephew's life. I rather suspect behind Ramachar is Sarah Lynch. Folks, about 3 years ago, Sarah Lynch started her goodbye visit. I'm leaving soon. She had farewell party and all that. Sarah's still here. Jesus, how do you solve a problem like Sarah? How do you solve a problem like Maria? Huh? How do you solve a problem like Sarah? Only old school ones could understand that allusion. How do you solve a problem like Maria, like Sarah mean? Sarah been on about 75 to about 85 farewell parties. Sarah is still here. Jesus. I hear Sarah taking over from Darmlal. Back channels. So Sarah might be taking over from Darmlal. Sarah's still here, folks. Sarah is still here. 3 years ago, the American ambassador to Georgetown started this thing. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Now she's using the cover of Caribbean Airlines not flying. Sarah's still here. You know, I told y'all 3 years ago when we were discussing the very matter. One of my favorite films. Katharine Hepburn, Peter O'Toole. I'll just do some of y'all there. The Lion in Winter. Y'all just watch a pack of nonsense. The Lion in Winter. What much proper movie to edify yourself? Lion in Winter. Departure is a simple act. Peter told Catherine Hepburn in character, you put one foot down in front of the next. There are still the boat here. Right? I saw big party. I saw US Marines giving salute and all of that. Sarah receiving the flag. That flew over the embassy, but no flag must sit up there now. Sarah's still here. I know she's going to take a walk as a CEO of gold mine or something, but word in the ground is Sarah taking over from Darmram. That's word in the ground. Spotted former President Darm Ramatar and Sarah Lynch. I don't know if she's still ambassador, she's former, she's incumbent. I don't know. Are we stuck with Sarah? Are we stuck with Sarah? I don't know. Like Sarah shadowing for the US ambassador. Right? Nicole, what's her name? Like Sarah shadowing the woman. Sarah's still here, folks. That being said, oh, these are troubling times. These are troubling times. Right? PP's a crossing party, you know. They can't catch the length. Yeah? Soon as they stand up on the wobbly knee, something. Neil Kumar, according to Demoir Waves, suffered a heart attack and is hospitalized. I wish him well. You know, in politics, you got some third rails, and help the people, I don't play with. I wish him well. Right? People, family, so on, you don't. Make your private school earphone send the son to. Spitting in the face to the public school system. Right? You don't get the people family story. Let's say I have to go to whatever school you want to go. They want to send you straight to Harvard. Have fun with them. Right? Aria lives on the public purse. Fair game. Otherwise than that. People health and so on. You see, wind seed and who barren and all that. We got a little decorum in politics. So I wish Neil Kumar the best. You know, Neil was the former director of sports under the last iteration of PPP governance. Right? And I'm not going to talk about the track record in that. You know, he has a family, I'm certain, that loves him and appreciates him. I wish him well. Right? You can spare prayer for him, do that. You can't? No love lost. Neil Kumar, on the day they interred Roger Luncheon, Dr. Roger Luncheon, former head of the presidential secretariat, secretary to cabinet, Dr. Roger Luncheon, many other things. Neil Kumar suffers a heart attack. Get well soon. Ring the bell one time for Neil. Get back to full health. Ring the bell one time. Penultimate issue. The COI heading to Madia, this government. So back to front. I wish I had more time to touch on this. They said the team heading to Madia, but they can start meeting sometime in September. You know? What are they heading to Madia for? And then people don't tear down the school and scatter the bricks in the potholes in Madia, the government. What are they heading to Madia for? Huh? They're beginning the hearings in September. They're going to Madia. Huh? People don't rip down the building, walk all over the crime scene, took the bricks, filled potholes. They said dogs were running in the streets with bones that were left at that dorm site. Bones of our children, dogs in the street. We saw people we thought were human beings, you know, dismantle that altar that those children give their lives on and fill potholes in Madia with those sacred stones that bore our children into the ether. COI going to Madia. Folks, every time you think there's no lower to go, people say, no. PPP says no. I can show you how lower we could go. Right? Watch this. Hold on. Don't go away yet. Look, wickedness. Look, dirtiness. We right on the hour mark. Look, nastiness. I have no trouble with us having a beautiful airport and beautiful aesthetics. Let me put it out there first. I have no trouble. But it's not what you do, folks. It's the way you do it. It's not what you do. It's the way you do it. Right? Through all the throes, the ebbs and flows of the life of the longest building airport and most expensive airport, arguably, in the world, the Cherry Dragon International Airport. Through all the ins and outs, the ups and downs, and all the pains. And God knows there have been pains. Isn't that a song? That could be lyrics of a song. The vendors by the Cherry Dragon International Airport have been faithfully serving the public. I could close my eye and show you the stall just before you turn in the entrance to get to the where you put off people to depart. The stall in that street that sells the best roasting curry. Right? I could close my eyes and be led by my nostrils alone. Right? Olfactory, is that smell? I don't know. Maybe. Right? The government wants to beautify that area. Right? They don't want to see the poor. It upsets them. How dare y'all be poor? They don't want to hear from the poor. It sends them into a frenzy. Right? In any country, folks, in any country, Donna Daly, Ariel Hector, Vanessa Brewster, they would call those people together, they would talk to them, meet some amicable settlement, right? And relocate them, perhaps like they're doing on the seawalls. And the last administration started that project. You create some nice kiosks and so on. They can still earn a livelihood in a country where the cost of living is going up every day. I don't know. But I think in a normal functioning democracy, society, community, that might be the approach. A win-win for the vendors, a win-win for the government, a win-win for all sides. What we saw today, folks, right? The people business here, the people business here, this is the door. PP billing a 50-foot wall, hey. The door is here. The building of wall, hey. You won't even be able to go in the business place sideways. You won't even be able to go in sideways. Right? Oh, see, y'all talking about we breaking down. People think we're being breaking down no more. We can build a wall and shut y'all out. So the wall that Trump didn't build is the wall the PP building. So that the Mexican and African Guyanese can't come over. Folks, take a look. Because one man aired his grievances. Take a listen.
Just imagine, you could imagine this is my shop, okay? This is my store. My store of glass and all these things, right? You can imagine this. And you just take a look at what they're doing to my store right now, okay? You just take a look at what they're doing to my store. My store of glass on it, all right? And this is what they're doing to my store. This is how this government, and this is how the airport authority, my sympathy, love, this is how the airport authority, they don't care about poor people. They do not care about people. So this is what they're going to do now. Put a big wall in front of my glass. Okay, just take a look at this. Tell me if this could be right. This could be right. They could have put the wall across this one side on the airport, but they just want to be vindictive. So this is what they're doing to my store. Okay? just hiding away all my beauty money that I spent on my store. This is what you're doing. Okay? So this could be right. I just want the world to see how our government is treating us. Okay? That is what I need them to see. Alright? So just pass it on.
Run it one more time. Hang on for a second. Run it one more time.
Just imagine, you could imagine this is my shop. Okay? This is my store. My store of glass and all these things, right? You can imagine this. And you just take a look at what they're doing to my store right now. Okay? You just take a look at what they're doing to my store. My store of glass on it, alright? And this is what they're doing to my store. This is how this government, and this is how the airport authority, my sympathy, love. This is how the airport authority, they don't care about poor people. They do not care about people. So this is what they're going to do now. Put a big wall in front of my glass. Okay, just take a look at this. Tell me if this could be right. This could be right. They could have put the wall across this one side on the airport, but they just want to be vindictive. So this is what they're doing to my store. Okay? Just hiding away all my beauty money that I spent on my store. This is what they're doing. Okay? So this could be right. I just want the world to see how our government is treating us. Okay? That is what I need them to see. Alright? So just pass it on.
Yep. Wicked. Dirty. That's our time, folks. And that's our program. That's my time, good folks. That's our program. You need a good justice of the peace. Commissioner votes to affidavits. Like I run out of things I could talk with them. I run out of adjectives. You need a good justice of the peace. Commissioner votes to affidavits. Folks, we want to recommend highly Alistair Collins Forum. They're down there, the Callion Mall and Lamaha Street, between Camp and Waterloo Streets. We want to recommend them highly to you folks. Highly. Want to recommend them to you folks bigly. Right? Bigly. We want to recommend them to you. And I want to make sure we plug the number as well, folks. Want to make sure we plug the number as well. Give me a second. 649, I want to call it correctly. 69. You see, I got off of my own thing. Apologies there, folks. Lamaha Street, between Camp and Waterloo Street, folks. Right down there at the Callion Mall, 649. I want to call it correctly. I do my own thing this evening. Right? I don't want to call it correct number. I can't pull it up in time. But they're down there, the Callion Mall on the ground floor. On the ground floor, folks. The Callion Mall there, between Camp and Waterloo Streets. The Callion Mall on Lamaha Street. You can't miss it. Camp and Waterloo between Lamaha Street. I want to thank you guys for spending this time with us, folks. And I want to encourage you as you go. Remember also to contribute to our drone project. We're going places. We're going places, folks. We're flying now. We're flying now, folks. Remember to contribute where you can. Drop us a link on our WhatsApp number. Drop us a word on our WhatsApp number if you need a link. And if you have a credit or a debit card, we have the link that you can use and contribute to this most worthy of projects. Most worthy of projects, right? Help our content creation to expand and to grow. Thank you guys so much. The Alistair Collins Forum, Callion Mall between Camp and Lamaha Streets, between Camp and Waterloo Streets, on Lamaha Street, folks. On Lamaha Street. That being said, folks, we're going to call the night here. Stay safe. Watch for them, boys. Wicked. That's all I can say. Wicked. Wicked. Watch for them. Watch for them.